ก่อนที่เพื่อน
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. We are here in the BTS Pro Series. This is day number 3. We are live and ready to go. My man, Tsunami, Neil, how you doing?
Remaining.
We're getting ready to watch some wonderful Dota. How you feeling?
Feeling ready to re-immerse myself, because as is tradition in between events, I typically fall off the radar
Dire team
and
ban.
completely ignore what's going on in the Dota world. And as I wouldn't want to stay inconsistent, and so BTS LA, just now refreshing myself on the results of what have happened on the first 2 days of this Pro Series event, at least
Radiant team ban.
and that's why I'm excited for this, because it's been a 2-0s it seems, but now team that has lost, both of these teams, GEEK and GEEK, both have lost, but now one of them will finally come out on day 3 of this event.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. All of these teams, a couple of them, I think.
Dire team
3 matches
ban.
that we have in total today,
Radiant
and a lot of them
team
have lost. And it's not particularly close, so that's going to be something to watch for. Before we get into the draft and into the very first game, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, right on down there, it's Fam versus Team. Give the quick little shout out to our sponsor, Energize through these late evenings. Lovely
No, I'm just
monster hammock
assuming-
behind.
Seconds remaining.
I'm assuming it's somewhere around right here.
No, you're pointing the other direction.
5
It's terrible.
seconds
Oh,
remaining.
wait,
Dire
it's
team ban.
this way?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, well, I'm excited to check this game after the delay.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Monster keeping us energized through the late evenings. Of course, loot.bed, everybody's sponsor. The hop on into this draft because we have one available right now. Oh wait, right. Sorry,
No,
I thought you were talking about
I am right. Yeah,
Monster.
I was on this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my bad. That's that
seconds
monster.
remaining.
Yeah.
If I aim it like right here, I think I'm like right there.
Five
you go-
seconds
you-
It's
remaining.
physically there.
Right. You can actually, if you put your other hand out, you can put your hand behind it and hold it
Radiant
a little bit
team
higher,
pick.
a little bit higher. So, well, no, because your hand's gonna be behind it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Look at that. You're holding it.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what it looks like in 5 minutes.
Wonderful stuff. Well, we do have a game now. I should probably Dota 2. I've already picked a couple of different eras. Void Spirit coming out first, pretty
Dire team
having a little bit of a resurgence, particularly in South Asia, mid or whether it's off lane, there's even people running in position. Not as crazy as that is.
With like a bunch of Aghanim Scepters, I'm guessing, because
Yeah.
this Aghanim Scepter seems amazing. I probably I like Sapphire seems good. Void Spirit seems like core. And I
10
haven't
seconds
seen
remaining.
a core Aghanim Scepter in quite a while.
Radiant
so
team
that's why I was excited to see his change. And plus, I also I kind of felt that he was more viable as a 4, just because I was a big fan of Yule's build. But now with the Aghanim Scepter being arguably core, I can understand why CA can justify putting him even as a.
Yeah, it's well, and the thing about it is, you mentioned like the Sapphire Axe. To me,
10
there's
seconds
only
remaining.
like the best Sapphire Axe play is going to be than any
5
Spirit Axe
seconds
play
remaining.
is ever.
Yeah.
But like, you know, relative value, what's the word, god, what is it, expected value of the Void Spirit Aghanim is higher, just because it's so situations. Tusk taken, Tusk is really the totem pole of heroes right now. It's one of those that sort of has quietly been getting buff after buff after buff, and if you manage to catch somebody out,
Radiant team ban.
it's a pretty quick and easy kill.
Yeah, and I
Dire
think there's
team
been
ban.
a shortage of mids, or rather.
Dire team, pick.
Yeah, because T1 also don't have the strongest wave clear. They're going to be quite reliant on Puck to deal with that, and so if they do have, like, I don't really think they could fit DK into very easily, but I'm with you that a tower pusher could go along. Leshrak's already banned out. Really fit a Pugna in if
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not really a fan of Ember.
5 seconds remaining.
We have been seeing a little bit more of it. But they have, I don't know, all these
yeah, I
pile
mean,
on top of each other.
It's definitely trending, which is why it's not as unheard of as it was, like, I think it is quite laned. But then again, he has a Grimstroke in his lane, and I do think Ember Grimstroke is another Inkswell combo.
Choose your hero, my
Oh,
good
that's a good
friends.
hidden building hero. That's
He's good
They have-
later on, though. It's slower than I was anticipating.
But I think it as long as he has an okay start, it hits way earlier than the PL does.
Yeah, that's and they knew well, they don't know the mid lane matchup to be sure, but also none of these heroes are really that scary for an alchemy. Either it's going to be the Puck or the Void Spirit. They're both not
I'd
great.
actually rather see the PL. Maybe if it is mid. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or not, but it sounds like it could.
Yeah, all these melee heroes kind of. So they end up
Okay.
putting Yokum on the.
So
What? What? Wait, what?
yeah, mid Omni. Okay, go.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess in terms of melee heroes who would struggle, Omni Knight doesn't struggle quite as much. But man, I don't. How do you skill up? I wonder if you go like Degen or a. You can't even push out the lane.
I mean,
for
the
it.
lane's not long enough really to run down the alg. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Whoa, I'm intrigued to say the least. I don't think it's good.
I mean, we'll see.
Was it like too difficult to recover the rest of the lineup? Because I was thinking, okay, so PL1, Void Spirit as the 4. Yeah, I guess the problem is that Omni Knight like can't really be a support.
They would have
He
had to
has to
put
be a
Puck
core.
4. Your Dream picks up the bounty and is going to get punched a little bit. They decide to turn now onto Karev instead, who'd already used
Simulate.
out of there. Nice play.
Right. So he misses the block mid because of that combat. He gets the bounty room, which is very important against an alchemist who did skill up Grievous Greed at level 1. But well, let's see if Alchemist is going to be able to see us under the tower. Maybe it was tactical. He only got one last hit, so maybe this is
you
all
go.
according to plan. All right.
Oh,
two last
the other
hits.
thing there. That's interesting, right? He's taking the Heavenly Grace right now to give him better lasting potential. Gets an extra 7th strength on top of it, right? But still missed the range creep deny. That wasn't great, but it's fine. Surely it's fine.
Yeah, so that's why I'm so curious to see what the skill build is, because I could justify maxing any of these. Like, you max out Purification so that you can push out the lane extremely aggressively and make sure that Alchemist can't just lay down Acid Spray and walk away. You max out Heavenly Grace because it helps you last hit, and it just gives you sustain to stand inside the Acid Spray. Or you max out DJ, and you just walk up to Alchemist, who has very low armor, and just, I don't know, bully him out of the lane. So, curious to see this. There is.
Lots of possibilities. We'll see what they end up going for. At least in these early goings, it does look like Alk is having an okay time against him. Actually, 9-2 versus 4-1 with one more creep wave coming in. So, at the very least, he's not shutting down the Alk, but probably be able to learn more about this.
Elsewhere, Zephyr has managed to cut the wave deep into enemy territory in the bot lane. He's kind of like taking the last hits. So, I mean, I guess the supports are thrilled about this, but Phantom Master's not very pleased. Although he's last hitting just fine.
This is a wave there, unfortunately. Going to be denied out from him. Won't deny that came on the shout even as well. But yeah, this early going here, As long as Alchemist is able to farm, which it looks like he is so far, everything is fine and dandy. This is a pretty big damage increase here, getting an extra 14 in your dream. He's just gonna right-click Carl for a little while.
His courier has been slain.
Does look like at least for the moment he's taking a big old beating.
Travel swiftly.
Not great.
Yeah, so it seems like the build is still just going to be the same. Your main goal is just to deal with the Phantom Lancer. That's why you pick the Alchemist. Raven on the Ember Spirit is going to buy time, and Raven himself on the Ember Spirit is also very difficult for a Phantom Lancer to deal with, so not very many resources are going to be put into Miracle this game, I feel. Even though he is going to be your game winner, it won't be in T1 best ever.
Top lane. Get out. A lot of damage being dealt, but no real threat for the kill. He's gonna get shard blocked here, actually, and it's just gonna TP away. Way to break that one.
Really, they're only disabled either that or chains.
It's, well, another pop there of the Heavenly Grace. He doesn't have a soul ring yet on Inu, which he's going to need to be able to continue to spam out this spell. The other side, Carl does have his soul ring done, and probably is just going to be making the rounds from these DM camps that he can stack up as time goes on. He's got golems there on the top jungle.
Right, and so that's why now I'm kind of confused what Omni Knight's gonna do now, because he only has 1 point in purification, and he cannot push out the wave at nearly the same pace that Carl can with Cast Spray. Yokum and Zephyr kind of do.
Granted a nice little haster in there. Top lane, Raven and Frev trading some blows as Whitemon moves in as well. They do have the chains followed up afterwards. Pretty nice little bit of damage out there. As Frev tries to escape, does manage to get the double back, but he is running underneath towards the tower shards, and it's going to be a block off, which should secure the kill, taking down that Void Spirit and getting first blood for Raven.
Yeah, he had tried to gank mid, but Puck showed up at the exact same time, and so Tusk wasn't able to do that. Because otherwise, like, I don't really think shutting down the Void Spirit's going to do very much. Raven's doing just fine in this lane. It's 21-8, but I mean, every little bit helps if you're Tusk. This is your responsibility. As a lane, you're not really doing very much. Now, if you want to challenge bounty runes, you're also fantastic. We'll see if you can beat your double quick. And he did.
And he did. Ooh, 3 going the way of Geek Fam. That is tasty.
Alchemist
just gets the TP out.
Thrilled with this, and he's got a stack going. Yeah, this is going to be a very tough game for T1.
I mean, I like what Paulison is doing, moving in and trying to at least soak some experience. The problem is he's only level 2, so these early points in Shadow Poison will not be enough to take away these stacks here.
Yeah.
Straight in. They bring in your dream. Looks like they're going to try and sneak away his last 2 creep, but I don't think you care that much if you're Carl. You're going to be able to get this full wave to yourself now, to some extent.
I'm curious if Paulison's just going to block it. He's got a Sentry Ward that he's sitting on. Now, Shard Block on In Your Dream. He's got his Soul Ring finished off, and Carl is going to have to activate his ult.
Gets it off, though, and now level 6 is just about to finish off Tread. And your dream is very low right now. You have to be a little bit wary about overextending, but having that purification means you should be fine.
That was genius.
Nice little pickup there as Carl is going to find himself a regen rune and head off to the jungle. It's merry little way.
They're not contesting Alchemist very well in terms of, like, I don't know, trying to shut down his jungle. Because at the minimum, at least try to get some vision, because you've got a Puck and you've got a Void Spirit who are very, very mobile heroes, and it's like a minimal investment for them to move around the map. Like Puck, you know, you fail a gank, you can get back over the cliff with either of your spells, Waning Rift or Illusory Orb. Forev, maybe he'll wait until he's level 6 until he starts rotating, but I don't know, like, they do catch the here.
Yeah, that's a quick and easy one. Nice pickup. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, so that sometimes isn't necessarily a problem, right? Because you can take down towers, but the lineup that doesn't really do that on either. Because Raven trying to get a little more aggressive here. Still on cooldown and gonna back out of there is pulling back in.
He's good. He was a little bit unlucky that he wasn't able to get the chains on the.
Nay!
Raven's good to go. They may try to go on forever.
Thinking about it. Big swell, chase, remnant, get trap most likely, although maybe a chance for a turnaround. Zephyr there as well. The silence on to 3. Nice combination. They lose the Tusk. It looks like Whitemon might go down afterwards. Raven seeing if he can find himself a consolation kill. Chasing down Yoko. Raven pops the stick charges. Finds himself another one, a double kill. And now Paulison also in some trouble. And well, it looks like he's going to get a triple. Raven, easy peasy.
Yeah, that's the definite Raven. Sitting on 18 stick charges, especially once the Shadow Demon showed up, started tossing out those Shadow Poisons, which Shadow Demon is maxing out, so very, very value work from Raven. I mean, they were getting distracted. You should have known that an Ember Spirit who's level 6 would be more than willing to turn around a temp like that, because they weren't even focusing the Ember Spirit. They were like, all right, he's going to kill our Void Spirit. Let's try to get, I don't know, this Grimstroke in the meantime. But, I mean, if you're showing up to Ember Spirit's lane, you should be trying to kill the Ember Spirit.
Well, and the fact that they don't manage to get him becomes that much more dangerous, because also during that time Alk was farming. And he's like halfway to his relic, basically.
And Phantom Lancer's sweating the whole time. He's like, guys, what are you doing? Neither of the heroes that you killed are important right now. It's either the Alchemist or the Ember Spirit. No one else really matters.
Well, and it's a really hard situation that they're in by virtue of what their draft is doing right now. Like it was a really good last pick out.
Very good last. Yeah. Because none are even like able to be pressured right now. Even if they did have pushers, Grimstroke has 2 points in Stroke of Fate. Ember Spirit's level 8 right now, and Acid Spray is maxed out. So where do you even go to push if you could push?
Yeah, there really isn't a place. Granted, you know, Alk doesn't necessarily, but that's kind of why they're running around trying to find kills where, I don't know, we'll see what they can put together here. Kind of need to wait for like ultis come off, cooldown, but having this Tusk means that every fight for an objective, even these fights that are probably going to happen for an outpost, into the favor of GEEK fam. This hero is so strong early. Getting kind of ran down a little bit here by Paulison.
Mega kill.
Might be able to secure another one as well. Top lane, Raven just kills off Yokum.
It's a level. I don't know what he's going to be able to do. And it's time to challenge the outposts. They've already claimed this one on Radiant, and Phantom Lancer is going to help, so it doesn't look like Dire's going to be able to take it away from them.
Getting ran down here, trying to get towards his bounty rune. On the other side, it does look like Paulison was able to pick up that bounty rune. Fly away.
Yet again, 3 bounty runes go the way of Dire, aka go the way of the Alchemist.
He's got Relic, there's 10 minutes. It's got enough stack to finish off. This game is, I mean, there's still...
This Wraith Band, Bladable Alacrity, Phantom Lancer has to show up with a Siege Creep wave to push down mid, and it's not going to do a lot, because there's the Grimstroke, and they're going to be able to push back this wave, although In Your Dream's trying to bully Carl, but like you said, he's got the Relic already. There's not very much you can do to scare this Alchemist.
I've never seen.
I want this Siege Creep, it's mine. See if you can get it here. Oh man. Very, very farmed Alchemist. He has the Royal Jelly as well on top of the Ocean Heart. Like, that's all the regen.
It's also
gives Miracle a tip. Oh my god.
Yeah, thanks for coming to my lane, bro. Really great push that was. Which I don't know why they went mid, because this is the most convenient lane for Alk to defend. Like you said, he doesn't really want to have to show up and put down an Acid Spray, but if it's his own lane, then sure, why not? But if you push like mid or top, I guess you can't push top because the Ember Spirit's super farmed. And I'm surprised they didn't opt to just push mid. I feel like the Omni may have been just rotating as opposed to the Phantom Lancer rotating, but maybe after that outpost challenge, then PL was like, all right, I'm in the neighborhood, let's just try to push. But I don't know, every minute is so expensive when you're just...
And you look at T1, they're building the right items, you know, as far as trying to deal with. Got the Spirit Vessel that's away for Yokum, but this is or Puck, who is not going to be able to get that much farm. So in terms of him, like, he's got the right idea, but is it going to be in time? It feels like probably not. Paulison going to be hit here by a snowball. Move in with a whole heck of a lot of people, and Fred is back behind, ready to turn a fight if it goes that way. But you can see for GEEK fam, they're not even too concerned. They just back out, make it nice and easy. Dream, trying to get aggressive on the Whitemon, but not going to happen.
Now, this is the part that I'm very excited to see what a mid Omni Knight can do, because you've been given mid farm, you've been given mid levels, and you need to somehow have a game impact worthy of being given those resources. There's smoke up on T1, and starting to converge on mid. Tusk is respawned.
This is Radiance just now completed as well. Dream Coil there onto 2. No snowball save possible, but Raven, he just wants to go in and fight. Blows up that Shadow Demon right at the start. Big stun onto 2. Can they find any more? Geek fam, do not lose a hero. T1 lose 3.
I'm not one to be defeatist, but this is... you probably have done plus. What's the win rate looking at right now?
Well, actually, apparently T1 was up at 70%, and now it's down to 60% T1 favor.
What could it possibly done to get 70%? Silence comes out on the Omni
I
Knight.
don't know. Yeah, he's very dead. But whatever it is, they need more of it, because it ain't happening right now. They are completely getting dismantled here.
That Radiant's
Real.
middle tower has fallen.
Typically, I would say that, okay, your Phantom Lancer is your escape maneuver, I suppose, because he's the game winner. But the Ember Spirit's so massively farmed that even the Phantom Lancer doesn't feel safe farming anywhere, because Alchemist, like you said, it's going to be consistent that Alchemist does not want to show up until he absolutely has to, which Carl's being pretty slick, by the way. He's been turning off his Radiance every time he gets disrupted, which you can do after you get disrupted. Like, you don't need to do it preemptively like you do with, like, a Dark Seer Wall. You hit it while you're disrupted, they'll spawn off.
So nice.
Yeah, and so even that demon's not going to be very useful in team fights. Ember Spirit, he's going to be going for... I don't know.
For who? Who'd you say?
Wait, are you going all Mr. Disrupted on me? Because that was kind of...
No, chilling.
Okay, okay.
You sound beautiful in my ears.
Dire's middle tower
It's just
is
me.
under attack.
Yeah, so... Well, actually, they're letting mid go for free, which is a
Dire's
little bit
middle tower
odd. So,
has fallen.
ups to T1,
Radiant's
ups to
bottom tower
Miracle for
under
really
attack.
taking that, and now bullying
Has that ever been
an
cause for
Alchemist
celebration?
out of his own jungle. Wow, this is a very ballsy Phantom Lancer. He does have the defusable completer now. So, if there was ever a time to make aggressive plays, if it's the Tusk up top, it's now.
Dire's
The top
tower
and then they get that kill.
like
I mean, I think it
nobody's
speaks to the fact that like, each time we're like, all right, we can give up whatever we want. The only thing that can't be allowed to happen is Alchemist dying.
Dire's top tower is
So they're
under
just
attack.
waiting for the moment.
Must break
But it
his
does have the
bottom tower.
feeling of that like kind of impending sense of doom, right? You know, you've got these heroes that are really coming online, and BKB is going to be the first back up after the Radiant Carl. He's almost got it. 12,000 net worth compared to 7,000.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has
Why
fallen.
did they just give away 2 tier 1 towers? Yeah, I agree that the Alchemist doesn't need to die. The Alchemist doesn't also need to show up. The Ember Spirit's very, very farmed. The team fight, I think, is superior on Geek Fam, because the puck is so far behind. Doesn't have the Spirit Vessel completed yet. Does have the finish though, but I mean, both been on cooldown for a while, and
Radiant's bottom tower is
yet they still just give it
under
1 towers.
Radiant's that ever
The Lancer is still
been
feeling
cause for
very, very
celebration?
confident. So
Yeah.
I guess they're just waiting for Ember Spirit to complete
Radiant's
his
bottom
second major
tower is
item
being
as
subjected
Raven
to
does have the Death Slinger
extreme
finish.
violence. Structures
See
are
if he can take
fortified.
this tier 1 tower bot.
Radiant's
Just
bottom
doing
tower
that.
has been
Up here to the top side. Kuko finds a couple balls saved to the mall. Whitemon is dead. Now the Walrus Punch afterwards. The big jump in from Raven. He found one. Can they get another? PL is already dead, and they're chasing.
Raven has a
Well, it was a bold attempt, but they ended up getting it.
So it's just that easy. I mean, they can team fight whenever they feel like it. It's not a great idea to, like, yeah, they won afterwards because T1 decided to overextend, but those 2 tier 1 towers should not have gone down in the first place. But yeah, it doesn't really matter that much because they're so far.
You're not wrong. Yeah. It's looking now like, I mean, you've got BKB on Carl, and the rest of these items kind of feel like they're just wanting to end the game a little, right? You've got the BKB that's going to be out for Ember Spirit soon. Carl is trying to TP away here, and they won't quite be able to find time. So he'll be able to get away again scot-free. Now, God, Carl. through this giant ancient stack as well. Oh, that's tough.
He's gonna get some cozy experience. Maybe if he scoops up some last hits, he gets a little bit closer to his blink dagger. But yeah, GEEK are doing such a great job at enabling. Like they knew the perfect time to pick an alchemist, and they definitely know how to play alchemist.
And in the meantime, what, 6,000 gold lead? They're gonna try and get that ward down just within vision of the other observer ward, the vision of the Sentry. That is really unfortunate positioning for Paulison. Their ward is probably going to get taken away. Bottom lane?
Tries to go on white one, but if you're getting silenced, then you can't really do a whole heck of a lot as a Void Spirit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kai back on out.
Radiant's middle
On
tower
afterwards,
is under
getting
attack.
him super farmed. Dude's closing in on about 1,000 GPM almost. Pretty quick.
I think they've gotten like 3 out of the 4 bounty runes, like on at least the 5 and the 10. I think at the 15-minute mark, it was 2, but that's definitely been a huge benefit to him as well. Smoking all the way from the bot lane to the top lane, quite the journey.
Journey we take together. They're all holding hands, ready to go. They have Snowball, Vine ready to go as well. Out our Paulison?
Yokum?
And then a smoke up the other direction. They're trying to find Carl. Do they kill him though if they get him? Maybe. They see him right here. Paulison? It's on to him. Oh, and now Carlson follows in. Bring around the Rosie. In some trouble. The double stun comes out onto Bo with the last. Oh, it hurts to watch. It really hurts. Paulson is eventually going to get taken down, as you said. Oh, looks like he kept the Radiance on that time. Maybe he didn't. PL's dead as well. I mean, this is just hard.
Yeah, the benefit of them going for that wall smoke meant that just left Alchemist knew that if things... Oh, well, that's a BKB activation.
Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to
They went for it because they knew that they could TP people. Like Raven didn't even leave a spirit behind. They knew that they could just verge immediately, and he's so yeah. There's nothing you.
Well, and I think again, it's just when you're drafted kind of into a corner like that, and you get about one of these heroes that's. I don't know. I think it's why we've been seeing more and more people get like first phase bans out on Meepos or Alchemists. Other weird heroes like that as they aren't necessarily like super crazy strong, but you might draft yourself into a corner, and now with just the bans on that second side, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The second side of the draft. It means that there's less opportunity to ban out those cheat heroes. You kind of have to take them out in the earlier parts of your draft, because otherwise you're vulnerable to them.
Everyone also kind of led themselves to something like that happening by picking up the Void Spirit and the Phantom Lance phase. Then you don't really leave yourself much in terms of contingencies in case something like that does happen, which is why so many teams always the core for the last pick, not only because you can get the ideal matchup, but that's going to be the game winner. That's going to be the hero that can defeat whatever else that are presented, or the other 9 heroes that are being presented. And Alchemist was just that answer, whereas Omni Knight has not proven to be that answer.
You're totally right. I think it's just again like that idea of being to adjust their work now to this new reality that we exist in with 4 bans at the start. It's not something that I was fully prepped for, but it totally makes sense. There you go. Way to let everybody know about it.
I gotta make it clear to the Korean cast what is happening here, because
Thank you.
T1, they're like, I'm a League of Legends watcher. What is going on in Dota 2? But there's a Radiance on the field, and it's not being countered because Shadow Demon can't do anything with disruption.
So again, to anybody out there that's not understanding what he's talking about, when you're in the disruption, you click your little Radiance button, you turn it off, and then as you come out, but the illusions don't have Radiance, then you turn it back on again afterwards, and all of a sudden this hero just like, he looks really sad, frowny face.
Immortality.
Paulison's not happy.
He just goes the way of Raven. He's working his way to the BKB, and should be it's like
God, he has
BKB on
an
Alchemist. Yeah, that you can't turn off. So maybe that's the secret.
Oh.
He's bringing Showdown back into the game.
Well, moving in towards the mid lane. God, Geek Fam have looked super crisp this game. Like, outside of losing those 2 towers, I don't think there's been a move that they've made that's really been like a tragic overstep or anything. Like, it's just been everything they need to do.
Exactly. The 2 towers were the only thing, but aside from that, like the decision to smoke all the way from bot to top, I think was smart, even though they didn't get any kills, leaving Alchemist alone in kind of dangerous territory, and they've been consistently stacking for him. Tusk has been moving around the map even since minute 1 trying to find ganks, and it doesn't... Oh, did he abandon the idea for the Blink Dagger? Because now he's... So, I guess Tusk is... direction. He doesn't need to save
Radiant's
anyone.
bottom tower
They're
is
so far
under attack.
ahead. They're probably just trying to kill people first.
They're scanning, immediately identifying where Radiant are going to go.
Radiant's
Dude, they are
bottom tower
so
is
in their head.
under
Geek
attack.
Fam know exactly what's
Has that ever
now.
been
And that was
bottom
definitely a
tower has
cuckoo scan
fallen.
too, because he was the one that was like, all right, they're going to be coming over here towards me.
Attacked like
Do they find him up in the trees?
They're really coming.
I
Meanwhile,
mean,
your high
that's
ground's
great
getting
for them too. They've run away, try and get out. Cuckoo's not going to happen. But yeah, as you said, bottom lane, there's an issue here.
are fortified.
Yeah,
Radiant's
that is
bottom
a
tower
Desolator,
is
Ember Spirit, and a
under
Dragon's...
attack. Dire's top
Alchemist.
tower is being
There's no
attacked
chance of
like
bracing
nobody's
that.
business.
Rev does manage to distract the Alchemist with the Aether Minion, and he may get out.
Oh, he gets correct.
Now he's definitely screwed.
Go hide. This is my new base now. I don't want to be here anymore. Leave me alone. Aether Remnant, trying to escape. Found it's your only option. Promise. Poor guy.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing his blade mail build more and more. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know if he just picked it up just because of how the game is going, or if that was his plan all along, but I have yet to see a blade mail Void Spirit be like, whoa, this is sick. He's gonna gain so much damage with Resonant Pulse and dealing so much of it back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice idea, definitely, but I think that in this game, it feels like the draft itself put the
Yeah.
that maybe they could have gone for something like an earlier Spirit Vessel on the Void Spirit or something. Yoakum has that now, so possibly if you can get, Carl just pop his BKB again for no reason, then you can make the fight happen there.
Although poor Yoga has to hold on to these charges for dear life. I don't even know when the last time Radiant got a kill was. Well, I guess they got the one on Cuckoo, but well, that must be the 2 charges actually. I think that's these 2 charges from. Nice.
Got him.
Dire's
tactical.
top tower is being attacked like
5-man
nobody's
commitment.
business.
It was all just for the charges.
I mean, I'm not to, get Carl tier 3 tower. Okay, banish again, pull him back in, and it's going to be a lot of damage back the other direction as they completely destroy Forev. Again, as you mentioned, no radiance on these Alkalusions. They are going to take down the building. Oh, doggy.
A little bit too late. I think they would have liked it for the tier 3 defense, but we'll take it.
Now, I think that this one is looking like it's pretty close to curtains here. Like you said, that tier 2 that's mid, but well, they're burning through the mana of Raven. They're trying to stop the pressure however they can. It's going to be actually a Vlad pleaded for Zephyr. Right oriented.
This is good. This is like, ideally, whenever you have an Alchemist, you're like, okay, well, we can go as late as we want. If you're this far and just end the game, don't risk making any mistakes. Go for these game ending, like the Vlads, the early BKBs, and the Amber Spirit. This is what, like, you need to, don't overplay your hand too much.
Now, jump forward, Miracle, and some trouble. Big Scream Coil there, on to 4. They have enough damage, though. Carl is not going down. He's just going to beat them all dead and dusted and done. 4 are gone. I think it's time to type in those 2 magic. Miracle accepts his fate, and I think this one might be done. I think that we'll see if they're gonna be able to hold off. But this is another tier 3 tower done at the very least.
Why back for
attack.
how many charges left on the repair kit? He doesn't have it in inventory anymore. Oh, there we go.
Fallen.
Gee.
As Carl's chat line was saying, that was genius. The Alchemist kit was genius. That was a fancy way to finish off the draft. They had no answers to it, and I don't know what the... I don't know if anyone else mid would have helped. I don't think it would have. But...
5 seconds remaining. Ban. Dire team ban.
Anything.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again here to the BTS Pro Series game number 2. It's all happening.
Radiant
Fan facing
team
off against
ban.
Lyrical
Dire team
Nami
ban.
casters here for this one, and
Radiant team
but lovely
ban.
folk with Monster keeping us energized. You can see by Neil's very not fully on the mark grab of the Monster cam. He needs to be a little bit further over.
Wait, yeah.
Going, I believe it.
Oh, yeah, guys.
Oh, there it is. Nicely done.
Grasp that energy, eh?
And then, of course, Loot.bet, our betting
10
sponsors as well
seconds
for
remaining.
the BTS Pro Series.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh my God, that's great. Let's get right into the game because we got a draft here. Neil, last game, T1 struggling. They were on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
Tough. First phase Alchemist. Not gonna do it to us. You can't do it. As I think that they had second pick on team taken as well. So they wanted to be able to last pick something. Like you might last pick something else, but it ain't gonna be Alk.
Whatever their response was last time, because the only night is the 22nd pick.
Yeah.
I think it came before the Alchemist, but I'm
Double check through there. Actually, I'm not going to. We're gonna say that we will and
just
don't.
assuming that it was right. The main thing I just don't T1 to first is don't forget miracles. I think that he's
Dire team ban.
vulnerable if you first face a 0. You're better off putting your dreams matchup on the table first as opposed to miracle.
Okay. Just you think that because he's so integral, they're
Radiant
Yeah.
team pick.
okay.
Because I think Miracle like almost
Dire
always wins
team.
the game in
Right.
teams that he's in. And your game's a good
team
player,
pick.
but he's not a game
Radiant
winner,
team pick.
at least compared to Miracle.
Well, right. He used to be that on some of it, taking a little.
Yeah.
Let GEEK again. Zephyr played a really good Tusk, and I'm a little concerned about it. T1 do manage to get now the Dark Next Assassin combo, which I think is a really underrated
10
late
seconds remaining.
combination. I think I saw this the other day, something similar
5
where
seconds remaining.
Dave right at the start, and then you're able to apply a lot of pressure.
I'm sure you've mentioned this elsewhere on probably multiple occasions, but as a Dark Sphere enthusiast yourself, what did you think
Radiant
of the
team
Iron Shovel
ban.
talent buff?
Disruptor.
I think it's really interesting. Like the thing about it, right, is that a lot of times when you play Darkseer and you go on some, always think about, oh, you got a Slark or an Ember or something else that's going to be get that Iron Shovel buff on top, not much more damage. And it's sort of like a
10
lie that we
seconds
all tell
remaining.
ourselves because it doesn't really happen before you have that talent.
5
Because
seconds
the
remaining.
radius is just so small. But with that extra buff, it does really start to add up where you hypothetically can get and shells on
Dire team
simultaneously. So it's like it basically takes what should be like a pretty consistent amount of damage on if you're doing it right. Now you can like have a Slark or you can have a Spear Breaker, have something else like punching something as they're running to catch. You just have to walk along.
Right. It's not like a rocket barrage type walk along. Well, so it's primarily
10 seconds
combat-oriented.
remaining.
It doesn't really help his farm very much, I would say.
There's elements
5
of it that
seconds
can, like he
remaining.
could probably stack a bit earlier. There's a stack that gets scared through. That's also really nice. I think the
yeah.
biggest buff that Darkseer has received, he talked about it, is you no longer have the stack cloak aura. That was
Dire team
That's true.
that was a huge problem. 20% magic resist stacking not
Radiant
additively.
team pick.
This creep was impossible to clear through stacks on Darkseer. Now you can a lot easier. And speaking of stacks, they got a gyrocopter now too. Different ways to deal.
Multiple heroes to take advantage of a big ion shell. Line up a Vendetta on Nyx Assassin and be able to actually maybe even solo kill some people with the ion shell on him.
10
and
seconds
gyrocopter.
remaining.
Just mentioned Rocket Barrage, but again, you're with very attack range.
5 seconds
Maybe
remaining.
he'll be able to get the ion shell off as well if he's just walking by attacking someone or letting the Aghanim Scepter pepper in attacks. So already a
Radiant team pick.
can put it because not they are creep heroes. They're the same class, but I don't know if they're considered ancient. I know the Spirit Bearer is considered ancient and a creep hero,
Okay.
and I think that's what it is because you can't rely on shelling.
That is
10 seconds remaining.
I think about this. Like that sounds pretty dirty. I know shells
5
on-
seconds remaining.
I'm sure in this game we'll find out, but not a hero that we've seen a lot of.
Dire team
Sort of
ban.
one of the heroes that like it mainly exists. But
I mean,
what
all the specialists say that he's not a good hero right now. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I'm not even sure what type of farm priority. I mean, given that the Darkseer are already on the field, I'm assuming that this
10
is like
seconds remaining.
probably mid, right?
Yeah, I
5
guess it has to be
seconds
mid.
remaining.
But you don't
Unless they're going super greedy.
Can you
Is it-
blind pick of mid-message without even knowing the matchup?
Oh. But nuts. I guess the thing about it is that as long as you get through that initial, by and large, should be fine.
Yes, that is true, but I think that's true for most mid-lane matchups, that if you want to pick something exotic, then as long as you get to the laning phase, I suppose I can recover.
Right. Like, but what? So I guess my thought is like, what ways of this? Damage over time to take off the great
Yeah, that's
attack. Like, oh, maybe, I don't know.
well, I don't even think you need to go in that hard on it, because even just with like laning harass, you'll eventually whittle down his armor, and then he has no armor once you get rid of his grave cloak.
Radiant
So,
team ban.
Just inherently, he's not a very good 1v1 hero, because your grave show's down, or if any disable comes along, which Tusk is great at. And it's just not a very mobile hero. Like, it's entirely dependent on Grave Chill. So if you just have a few suns to keep him in place, or just good move speed, or damage over time, like there's so many
10
answers.
seconds remaining.
He doesn't really have like a strong advantage in many 1v1s either.
5
which
seconds
you could feel
remaining.
confident being, okay, well if I put him against Nexus Void, then it's gonna be great because it's not gonna be
Radiant
great.
team pick. Dire
All for soul
team
assumption
pick.
edge.
Dude, they think it's like a 5 visit. They're gonna take SF. They ban out the TA.
I think, like, I don't think you can blind pick and message. But
The Shadow Fiend I like a lot. Assassin's a little.
yeah, there's so much burst
Go
damage though.
ahead. Select your heroes.
So mid gyro.
Happening. It's gonna be a 5 visit.
Yeah,
Bunch of greedy dudes. They're crazy.
that's really greedy. So yeah, you're off. You're laning against an offlane void, which a Naga Siren should be okay with her high armor and going up against a
No,
melee
it's
hero.
offlane. Oh, I thought you said face void. Sorry,
Oh,
I said
yeah.
void.
True. That one came out that bad.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
It's the purple hero, right? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but okay. Again, the Void Spirit, a
10
Naga Siren should do fine,
seconds
so you
remaining.
don't really need a very strong support. Tusk is probably
5
going to be
seconds
rotating
remaining.
fairly frequently, seeing as how you're going to have to enable your Shadow Fiend. So I'm not too worried about the 5-position visit, but then moving forward, like, your birds can't go into the Chronosphere, so you can't stop Faceless Void from doings. There are not really many disables, so who's initiating on your team? Is it going to be a surged Ion Shell Dex Assassin? That's not the most reliable initiation.
It probably
I
is
guess-
that though.
It probably is either that or Song Set, but that's even worse because it's a one-position Naga Siren who's not really wanting to start fights. She's wanting to pop the fights after your dream starts. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. Last game 1, I was curious to see what one could do with the Omni Knight. In game 2, I'm very curious to see what Paulson's Visage is capable of 5 position. I'm not encouraged based off.
Well, you know, the thing that we got to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, of the day, you remember back to the old days of Miracle. This place, this moment. It's the Naga Siren.
I don't
It's gonna try to carry him.
Radiance Octarine core is viable anymore, though.
You know, you're not. Let's look at what his record is. Look at that, 278 to. He's only gold tier though. What?
Because he knows that the hero's not great anymore. The hero is good, but that build is not any good anymore. But if he can carry himself based off of pure mechanical skill, then
You
I'm more
really
than
should
happy
prepare
to see
for
it.
battle.
My main question mark is on the distance. I think Naga Siren is perfectly viable in this draft. I think Gyrocopter mid will do quite well against a Shadow Fiend, and it's a pretty good matchup against Faceless Void. And Dark Seer seems like a very strong limb as well. So the rest of it, great. Oh, what are they all shouting?
I don't know. Go use it, bro. I'm not sure what he's saying.
No more roll jelly. Lament
Oh,
go
got
to
it.
bro. Were they? Oh, is that why they lost against the Alchemist? Because that was gonna roll jelly. The little.
I'm wondering if they
regen.
mean. You should check quickly in the last game if they got Royal Jelly buff. They might have not used Royal Jelly accidentally.
Oh, let me see.
Wondering if that's what happened, maybe.
That's possible.
30 seconons to
'Cause
battle.
I know. I saw the Phantom Ones are walking
Well, I
out
need
and
my
go tree for like one pile, and I was like, bro, you gotta not doing anything.
Stuff. Very. See how this works out though. Yeah, a short pause. I'm just gonna say that it's a short pause, and then I'm gonna come.
Nice, nice.
Create our own reality.
Yeah.
It does scale crazy. Nine. Yeah, the 4 mangoes for Visage, what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Corruption cost a lot.
I don't even know where they're gonna get the damage to add up to so all the tiny little DOTA ion shell that doesn't really cost the additions of soul. You need burst damage.
Yeah. Well, they're probably not going to be late against them. Guess is that they're going to try and tri-lane up top, maybe at the start of this.
Oh man, that's what this is to be played at. So it's a tri-lane support.
Yeah, it's like the most likely
The
for
battle
them.
begins.
And that leaves
Or
Darkseer
so I
alone on your bottom. So I think that this is
Are we
kind of an
starting
interesting
now?
way to watch this, right? Because this does mean that Fur is going to have a terrible time at least the first couple waves. Although like Yokum's in the bottom from not going to try lane. Or they're going to try lane. They know what they're going to do. They're losing their minds.
I guess they're trying to figure out where. I don't know. Like the lanes seem pretty clear on Fam. I think there's a whole bunch of flexibility. Zephyr is just taking fur on a wall. He's got boots though, so he's not really too concerned about the Ion Shell one.
No. Okay, so normally what you want to do with Forev is you a double wave, as we see chase going on top lane, but you push in the double wave and then you go back behind the tower and pull a second one. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that option right now because he's getting out. And
yeah, I don't know why he played into Tusk's hand. Like he put the second shell on himself and then tried to chase a Boots Tusk. But the Disruptor's not going to come out too much, so I guess forever. I'm just curious what the goal of the tri lane on tier 1. One is going to be. I just haven't seen Visage's lane support in a very, very long time.
Well, and I think part of the reason that we haven't is because of this move that Zephyr's going for right now. You just pull the wave back behind the tower, and then it doesn't really matter that much. Tri lane. Oh, I guess that got 2 heroes here, so that way Cuckoo can't get anything at the very least, or gonna be able to get as much as he might have otherwise been. Laning's dead. It's all about pulling creeps now.
Yeah. So what is your Visage gonna do if not be a lane support? Because later on, can't really roam until you're level 6. You can't really stun people until you're level 6. He does have Soul Assumption now.
Take some damage, getting a couple quick punches into him. They already throw out 1 round there of the Soul Assumption. The Impale comes out afterwards. Paulison, does he have enough to get the kill? Doesn't quite look like it. He's just getting the walk away there.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunately time. Yokum had tossed out the Impale a little bit earlier, and it's a 14-second cooldown, so they couldn't add up the Impale damage onto the Soul Assumption.
Quick shout out real quickly to Hexor305 in chat, saying Caster's Royal Jelly Tooltip is shown on the Real Illusion Hero, making it very easy to identify the real hero. That's what they were talking about.
That's right. I do remember reading about that.
Bye! Buddy.
So I'm guessing the Phantom Lancer had picked it up and used it, and they always knew PL was the real PL. Which, again, don't really think it would have made too much of an impact that game.
Right.
But, okay, I see. Yeah, shout out to Hexor.
It could also be that Miracle might get it himself. Does just barely manage to get out of there and pops the salve, so he's living through that one.
That's true. Good point. Yeah, Nagasarm will have to avoid that.
Are you okay?
All right, lots of tips. They're like, okay, you're gonna get this pull off. That happens. Man, so they're kind of getting an okay time in this like pseudo tri lane. You keep on seeing these pulls get off, and they're able to deny out some of the Miracle. The big winner in all of this is Raven, who's had like the freest Faceless Void game ever, 27-11.
Yeah, and I'm seeing this more of Faceless Void supports are going for a full Bazzi rank, and I'm still not 100% sure why. I know, I forgot which game it was, but some caster was, I think it was BHJ, was very curious about it, because if you're just by yourself, you're not going to
Dude, this ain't good for them. They will lose Zephyr in the end every day of the week. The fact that Forev like can't contest at all this lane means that Faceless Void is completely free. They all rotate mid.
Tower is under attack.
These next couple of minutes, something needs to change drastically because they look. It feels like Geek Fam is 2 steps ahead of them.
But
I don't know how you gank a level 5 Faceless Void now. You have nowhere near the amount of disable or burst damage necessary. Like, he's under their tier 1 and he's dueling them. And now the rest of Radiant have shown up. Zephyr's gonna get a counter ward, and they see Yokum. Glimpse is still on cooldown as Whitemon had used that to send Visage back to the top lane, and Visage gets straight up boots. So already chewed through 3 mangoes, or given 3 mangoes, and man, what do you do with the Visage? Can't wait to find out.
Watch here. I mean, it's a really good high damage team fighter. That part of it is nice. Gets the pressure
Assuming
on.
you don't have to deal with the Chronosphere, because once the Chronosphere comes into the play, then all of that aggression goes away. Paulson now getting killed and not being able to finish off Cuckoo.
Oh god, that feels so bad as Paulson. Cuckoo, at the very least, are they even going to be able to really go in here and like... Miracle kind of needs to be careful himself.
I think it depends on if Raven wants to show up, and Raven's like, are you kidding me, guys? That's, like you said, the freest land of my life. I'm not going anywhere.
It's 1,000 gold out of the Naga sector right now. They are going to start to get a little bit more pressure on him here. Although Faker is about to get the level 3 Ion Shell. This is a big increase in damage, up to 8 per second.
Yeah.
As they bring in a stun. Raven's got Chronosphere. He's going to use it. I don't think he has to. Dude.
That stun, he would have had to, because Time Walk was still on cooldown for like another 10 seconds. But Such does not provide a stun. You only had, well, and they used Vacuum earlier, as you can see from the 30-second cooldown on Darkseer. But they're gonna rotate mid now, see if they can kill off this Shadow Fiend to get the missile off.
Carl, trouble. No, he missed the stun. Living through it. Oh god, no, it's not gonna happen. Now in your dream. Oh no, my purpose. Yokum, what a god.
Tactical.
What a god.
He missed the info. It's like, I'm so bad at this game. Oh no. And then Shadow Fiend.
Where's the tips?
Yeah, where are the tips?
for
You're
Carl?
right. That is definitely a tip-worthy occasion. Alright, well, they get the kill. It shouldn't have really happened, but at the same time, he should have probably connected the stun anyway, so Shadow Fiend should have been dead. Yeah.
Now that would have been pretty hype. He would have faked the raise.
Yeah, and baited out the carapace. Hell yeah.
Yes. But nonetheless, man, you're talking about that like vacuum for Forev. Speaks to like the type of game that he's kind of had in his past couple Darkseer. I think in some ways it is kind of Darkseer. The problem with the hero right now is like, and the way that T1 are playing it, where they tend to be leaving. I just don't think you can do it to Darkseer anymore. Much help because of those early level struggles we have, because it's been 2 separate games in a row. Is he is just gonna get chronoed down and dead. Oh, and he gets the last hit,
And he gets the
drop of
neutral
Tree. Dude, what the hell?
Flare.
You see, that's the next level play. Had he gone for the kill on the Centaur first, wouldn't have gotten the neutral item. He knew.
You're right. Somewhere Soul Retreat must have raised the possibility. Soul Assumption. Shock dodge.
Gonna get the snowball through, trying to take him down, but Zephyr going to be the one that eats the dust. And now afterwards, Cuckoo in some trouble. They find a stun there. Signs of life from T1. It's a 3,000 gold lead, but Naga has still been able to get some decent.
Yeah, no, she's keeping up with the Faceless Void, which is surprising seeing as how Faceless Void has solo is now raises on the injured Dream Gyro mid with an Arcane Rune. Carl's gonna get an easy kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The thing that I was going to mention was that this is the second day in a row where I've seen had the like last hit with level 1 or level 1 vacuum. There's been a couple of times where he's had to do that, and it just feels really bad. But it's the nature of this hero and the way that T1 kind of are playing it, where it's really like he gets sacrificed heavily.
Well, I'm surprised that he's just not cutting the wave. Like, I understand that maybe you don't want to dedicate a support to do it for him, as now that's gonna send the gyrocopter all the way back to the fountain with that glimpse. And they didn't even have an observer ward, so I'm curious if T1 are gonna be like, oh, they have a ward. Instead, Zephyr's just gonna go man mode.
Take him down in just a second here, it looks like. It's Yokum Surge, Chase. Ooh.
The middle tower is under attack.
And now they follow it up, trying to bring down Forev. Snowball in with just no regard for beating. He already used Surge. It would have been nifty, but it's only level 1. Oh, it feels bad. Yeah, I think the thing you're talking about is to just give Forev the tip. No, don't do it to the man. Come on, he's a nice guy. Oh, God. But I think part of the reason is because they also have this disruptor. It's such a hard to deal with the lane for the Darkseer. Paulison is just going to take him on Gyrocopter. He just got back here after getting glimpsed back to the fountain. And he's back again. They are getting rolled.
That means the past 90 seconds, Gyrocopter is just walking back and forth through the lane. Compared to the previous game, he is going to get the root onto the tusk.
No ball, travel it. Maybe he's got it available. Gets off to the side.
his
And
twinkle
Cuckoo's
boots.
nearby.
Oh my god, he is gonna get out.
Ownage.
Real. Kill off Yokum on the other side of the map, meanwhile. So Nick can go down 10 to 4. It's a 5,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. And Cuckoo, he's just not giving Miracle any time. Take the smallest creep possible and then runs away. Like, how annoying can you be for this Miracle, like, Naga? He's gotta be so now.
Granted, it's not as catastrophic of a draft loss as it was in game 1, so
Dude, the Disruptor's ahead.
in terms of minute gameplay, GEEK Fam has just dismantled T1. But there is no Alchemist top wall.
Yeah.
Intimidating as a massively faceless Void is, not a can out very faceless Void, especially the gyro controls. And boy, as I say that, more and more T1 players keep dying, which are kind of neutralizing my argument here. But it's not Naga, and it's not the gyro controls. So as long as those two heroes are not dying relentlessly, then there
middle tower
is a possibility for one to get back into the game.
I mean, and see, the thing that I completely agree, under normal circumstances, that would absolutely be the case. You look at T1 right now, your team doesn't even have cooldown yet. Like, they are all just, let's farm,
Oh, that's,
right?
that's
Like,
what I'm saying. They're gonna get such a huge power spike as soon as they get their stuff online. Right?
yeah. I mean, maybe. Oh god, Miracle. No, not like this. They blimps, they pull him in, and now the Static Storm. He is down. He is dead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They can't even fight. It's all falling apart.
Yeah.
Oh man, it hurts.
And GEEK Fam are again going for early game-ending kind of items. Carl was probably going to get the Yule anyways. That's just like popular build days in the shop.
Dire's top tower has fallen. I could
Fight him.
predict this.
Onto the gyro.
Not
look at
again.
that.
Oh.
So,
Impale? Try to bring it down? He doesn't have the talent yet.
I assume he made it
down here as well.
Up into the
Super duper dead. Everywhere they go, Team is just dying. I mean, this is what happens when you come out ahead. Raven is Mask of Madness to get movement speed to catch up to Paulison to kill him. He gets a double kill, one bottom lane, one mid lane. This dude's good. When was the last time that something good for T1? Nyx Assassin getting the kill on Cuckoo at about 9 minutes.
Yeah, I believe. Since the main friend. Miracle, is he gonna song?
Okay. Oh no, they got the snowball though. Miracle, will call down, make it hit. No, it didn't hit the first rocket.
It's all about the second.
Oh, and it's enough damage on the second rocket as they pull back in the Naga Siren. The timing, I mean, if that doesn't tell you what's going on, he's against level 6 though. Don't worry, he's not level 6 now.
Now he has a stun. Hooray!
They're
Cuckoo.
gonna take down. They want these birds. They're not quite gonna get him.
That's
the overextend.
He slipped. He walks into the Aether Remnant with his carapace and the Shadow Fiend.
The turn! It's happening! Chase down, can they find any more? Oh, trying to take down Yokum. There's gonna be the shards for him. But the bird stun. A bird stun. And Raven's gonna jump out of there as they do. Snowball on the illusion for the runaway. The rocket's gonna kill him.
No.
Static Storm, no, it doesn't kill him! Oh, it's unreal. And now Forev. Get away. They don't have enough glimpse yet. Able to quite catch him.
After still running away from these Dark Seer wall illusions. But
Yeah.
he's in
Struggle right now. Oh,
They got some kills. They killed off the Shadow Fiends. That's a nice little perk. I don't know who got the kill. Oh no, it was Frev. I was kind of hoping it would get on the way of the Giant, but I don't think he was alive yet. Well, at least Darkseer can make his way to the neck. And then just make it a little longer for them to all die.
yeah, I mean, it's a fighting-oriented item, which is what, like, you can't just farm your way out of this in this game. You have to be able to take the fight. There.
Nope. Void Spirit?
27 kill. Oh, Chrono.
Aether Remnant. All these Void heroes, they sound very similar.
Wrong.
Bounty.
Okay.
Got it.
Raven smoked for the spots Paulison. While Cuckoo on the other side, Yoakum's there.
Under attack.
And they found one. They pull him back in. Gonna give him a hug.
Monster kill.
Then we can meet face to face.
Yeah.
Most prepared for Shadow Fiend.
Hits off the side. Yoakum is like, all right, they're coming for a miracle. Time to get out. He does have a TP. Not used it yet.
It's all on Naga. I don't think Starcopter's gonna be able to do that much of the scam. Starcopter, if I were him, I would just start. Nope. They get a.
Play afterwards. Whitemon does brought down.
Yeah, so this is the way the Starcopter should be playing. He should just go like full combat oriented. Like honestly, the first time on BKB, I would be perfectly okay with it because that means that he can't get Yudel's comboed by the Shadow
They are looking
because
quite
Carl does have the
robust.
Blink Dagger now, and so I think that he just needs to make enough
Sorry,
space.
I just noticed that Dyer's bottom
But
tower
farm
is
the enemy
under
jungle, farm deep behind the safety of their wards, and in your chance to tangle the
tower
abuse.
is under attack.
I mean,
have
they've
no reason
stemmed
to
the bleeding a
lie
little
about
bit over
such
the past
things.
couple of minutes. Like after that overextension, maybe some of that is just one realizing, all right, or rather, Geek Fam realizing, all right, let's take our time with it to make sure that we don't overextend.
It's kind of the same way that it was in Game 1, where they had 2 Tier 1 towers go down, because the Ember Spirit on Geek Fam was completing on the Desolator, and the Alchemist was completing on the BKB, so it seems the way that Geek Fam like to play that whenever they have an early advantage, they push it a little bit, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna farm, we can come back into the game if we really we got a Yule set up on the Naga, and just
Vacuum wall trying to stop this damage, but it ain't gonna happen. They die, and now Forever also in trouble. Can they pull him back in time? Looks like they're gonna be able to. Well, he's time dilated actually, and I don't think they care about your tier 3 tower, Mr. Forever. I really don't think they care one bit. Maybe they do a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Maybe not. Oh, stun. Yoakum finds him. They won't be able to get him.
yeah, the Raven doesn't even kill here. Priority target like Gyrocopter or the Nut. Which it is the Gyro, as he finds him in the top lane. Can he solo him? Burns off all the mana.
Oh, Raven. What a monster.
Again, building towards ending the game early. I don't think a Mask of Madness Diffusal Blade is traditional against the Naga Siren, because you have no AoE whatsoever. But you don't need it, because you're going to win the game in probably the next 10 minutes.
Well, and like you were saying, there's that worry that, you know, you overextend, you maybe put your foot too far forward, and Geek Fam still could throw this game. There have been bigger throws in the history of Dota, and absolutely in the Southeast Asia region as well. But not something that, at least the recent past, Geek Fam have been known for, I would say. As the Shadow Fiend is going to head on in and try and take this down. I wonder if he's going to take the Presence for effect still, but he's 430.
I guess he wants to have fun. That does not end the game quicker, so that's a little disappointing when he goes for it. But it is the more entertaining of the sounds, especially when you've got a Yule.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Has that ever been cause for celebration?
If they're going to be... yeah, I don't agree with that, but whatever. They're going to win anyway, I'm pretty sure. But if they don't, I'm blaming the tower. Yes, that's exactly...
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
All right, well, they're all coming down here bottom. They are ready to party. Miracle spots out Whitemon. They've got Static Storm. I don't know if you want to be here. Miracle went in deep. They're probably going to get onto the Disruptor, but it may come at a cost as Raven jumps in. They're going to find absolutely everybody. Does he decide to drop anything down? He doesn't have the Chronosphere back up for a little while, but he still has that Aegis turned onto Yoakum. Almost able to find that kill, but not quite in time. Now Forev, after the Naga Siren's gone down, is going to be the next target for them. Coral finds In Your Dream. They're just trying desperately to hold on with anybody possible. Well, they get the blink out with the Shadow Fiend, and X is hoping to find something. I don't know if he's going to get anything.
Or maybe... How much time is left on the Vendetta? Oh yeah, he could get it.
Or just kill him.
Oh!
Snowball save. Oh, good stun. Interrupt, and then to jump through, and Cuckoo actually just going to live it. Blow the wall up.
real animation.
Oh no! Pull up to high ground. Come hang out. Let's go.
That may be
Just like
the most Naruto shit I've ever seen in Dota.
we got to take a moment here to go to the camera. This dude just went whoosh and then ran through them all. That was crazy. What the hell was that? Unbelievable, Mr.
That's why I
Crazy.
love all these new hero concepts. They're so fun to watch. Go's so fun to watch. Snapfire is so fun to watch. Void Spirit's so fun to watch.
15,000 gold lead, 20 minutes in. Aegis, still on the Void. Happy as a clam, ready to go. What's that coming out on the courier right now? That is the full BKB. All right.
He's level 17. Oh my god.
Dude, I can't get over that. He like 4 heroes surround Cuckoo. They jump off him. He looks him. The cyclone pulls him up in the air, and he comes down and just. Oh, awesome. All right, what's next? The Tier 1 tower is still standing across the map right now for Geek Fam. I think that there's like really low tower damage on most of them. I mean, there's a chance that maybe they can make some type of play, but it feels like they just need to wait for like an item on anybody.
Yeah, Gyrocopter is working his way to the first item BKB, so I'm totally on board with that, like I had said. And they're protecting him. They're letting the Nagasiren farm in comparatively safer territory, who has now found Whitemon, and will get the kill. But
Okay. Yeah, Miracle goes down. They've got ion shells in here. Doesn't look like it's gonna be enough to get the BKB for the Knicks. It feels bad, man. Oh my god. Well, they kill another one. Yule Scepter lift up. They found this gyrocopter. They have the snowball afterwards. Blink forward, raise, because why not? Carl finishes off. Zephyr, the one that actually gets there. We're dead again. Ease.
that just happened.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Raven's still in the game. I forgot about him. He's falling behind. You didn't get to participate in any of those kills. Now Shadow Fiend about to outpace him in terms of experience. What is this?
Dire's middle tower is under
I mean, it's not good. Whatever it is a hard time right now.
Sorry,
What's mid?
I just
Miracle?
noticed that Dire's bottom tower
Try and
is
cut some
under
waves. And they see that he's there again. Zephyr does not care a lot about these towers, and they get the glimpse back. They found him. Snowball. They know it's the real one. Oh no. They know it's the real one.
Oh, he gets
God.
the song canceled with the
And the jump in. The double on the chronosphere off the side that's the blow of Yokum. Then Cuckoo runs in on top of Forever. Little Scepter left up. Again, you have to wonder, when was the last good thing that happened for these guys? T1 are just getting canceled. They are looking so good.
When something good happens, it's actually a bad thing. Nagasiren getting that kill on the Disruptor is also looking right. This meant that Naga revealed her location, and the rest of Geek Fam just immediately converged on her.
Slow rundown of the Visage with no response. And there's just nothing they can do. It's like it's completely fallen off the rails.
I don't mean to be alarmist, but Dire's
Gonna start tipping people. They're tipping whoever they want.
Yeah, there really is no one to target at this point on tier 1.
Dire's
They're
bottom
Team
tower
1, they're all equally culpable, which at least it wasn't as much of a draft loss, even though I have no idea what the Visage was all about.
Neil, it ain't tier 1.
It's not tier 1. I kept giving them the benefit of the doubt, but it's not.
Well, it's Mantis
Dire's
style done on Naga. They're gonna try and go for one last play here. They've got 4 points up back. Big old wall afterwards. Can they hit the combo? Can they do it? One last time. One last time. Yoku goes for it. Do they put damage though? They try and bring him down. Snowball save. Pull everybody on in and then try and take him down afterwards. The buyback comes from the gyrocopter. Carl doesn't quite kill off Yoku, and now he has to. Oh, he gets the blink down. So they kill off one.
All right.
It was about the best you could have hoped for.
It shows that at the minimum they're able to execute that combo. And that's all the credit I'm gonna give them.
I mean, again, there's like, I don't even know. I'm trying to like back in my brain to like the laning stage and what just went so wrong here, because like just didn't feel like their legs up. It was really tough.
Yeah, Shadow didn't really get rotated on, aside from after he was already like level 6 that time that he accidentally carries himself on the rig. So I think that's one thing, is that you should technically abuse the Shadow Fiend more, especially when you have a good setup with the gyrocopter. Get some cheeky meteor hammer damage on the tier 1 tower, but he's probably gonna die for it. So that's one thing. I think they should have been Shadow Fiend a little bit more. The thing is, I don't know what hero should have done that, because yet again, this is just not capable of doing it. Miracle gets his courier killed above a bounty room that has blade of alacrity on it. That's probably not great.
Probably. That was defusal. Oh.
What was the courier doing there?
It's hard. Game is hard. They've got Aghanims done on Shadow Fiend. Like, Carl is feeling himself.
Man, I thought you were going to say Faceless Void. I was going to be like, oh my god, someone finally killed him.
Oh, and he's just going to go for the chrono. Hitting the wrong Naga Siren illusion, though. Snowball. It's like they found the right one afterwards. BKB is going to be caught. Will the Naga Siren. Oh. They blow up the Visage. They're going to find the Yule Scepter afterward. The Spider Legs on in. Well, done again from Yoko. Do they have any more follow-up? They pull the kill. All right, Shadow Fiend goes down. Raven goes down. Tier 1, baby. Let's go.
Oh god, Nick's assassin yet again. It's these heroes that I don't want getting the kills. It's 1,000 off of killing Faceless Void on the Nyx Assassin. Which, to be fair, I will say that Yoko's probably been playing the best out of everyone on Tier 1. T1. Tier 1. They're Tier 1 now. They got that combo.
What is he gonna get? It's going for a Bull Scepter? Alright.
Yeah. I don't think an Ag is going to be very useful, because you're not going to really be able to defend your high ground after one of your Raxes is already breached.
Tower is under attack.
See that? Forev like vacuums the creep wave and Yokum comes in to get the last hit. I guess that they're giving it all to him to try and get a Yule Scepter. I would have thought that Forev would have wanted more for him, but I guess he doesn't really need that much more. Like Pipe is, I guess Pipe's good. Pipe's still good. I don't know.
I think they need more damage, because you saw that they were fairly close to killing GEEK them the first time that they pulled off the combo near the bot tier 3. So if they manage to get like a little bit more convenient setup with the Yules, then maybe the Naga Siren won't have to lead with the song every. Can like pick someone off, Tusk, and go to the song vacuum combo.
And we've seen that that's something that you know, we've only seen a part of how good it could end up being, right? Because you've still got the Naga Siren Diffusal Blade that's going to be coming online soon. I don't think that we saw like bird drops on top of it. He's going to find another avenue over here to the side, hitting the nice little tower with the Meteor Hammer. The Nature's Prophet and way of doing things.
He's keeping them in the game. They did manage to successfully take the tier 1 tower bot. Let's see if he's the second cooldown of Meteor Hammer tower again. It will kill it if he's going for it.
This is definitely the play. And him doing this. I mean, it's not like the type of thing that's going to completely save the game or anything, but that little injection of gold is important. I mentioned it. Manage to hold out and like keep your high ground intact. There is a possibility that one could happen.
Yeah, T1's heroes are more than capable of out carrying, and we've only seen like Gyrocopter is the 4th lowest net worth. Have we mentioned this? Gyrocopter is barely outperforming a position structure as a mid. Paulson's bird dies. I don't know if it saw that Roach is up, but I don't think they can finish. Although if there was ever a chance to get back into the game, it is a Roach challenge.
Absolutely. That would be the moment. There is heroes down here bottom. Shadow Fiend's going to run over to the side. They spot him out. Big jump in. Well, that song is not going to save him for the moment as his find is finished. Kill him off. Be away, Raven. Think about jumping. Do they find Yoko?
Yoko.
Get another and they just drop the ward down, and then they spot him. Then they're going to be able to punch him down here as he does drop the Meteor Hammer, but will be stunned. Bash. Space created.
Although now he's dead, and he can't buy a valuable hero.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even like being. I was being sarcastic when I first said that, but I think he is their most valuable hero because I haven't seen Paulson be able to execute the burst immediately after the song vacuum. I think you really
hard.
Impale, yeah, it's really hard. So the Impale is critical to make that whole combo work. But they're just gonna rush.
And I mean, and you can, I think you're okay giving up this one. If you can get this going on here, this would be really good. So Diffusal Blade online, Miracle is starting to deal damage. Again, like with 3,000 gold, unironically, this is still playable for T1.
This is just Solar Crest completed. You've got Mindbreaker on Nagasiren, so you managed to catch the Void without a BKB. Definitely get that kill. So, eminently possible, just not right.
Well, and we've seen this build that Carl is going for. It's very, very squishy if he gets caught out without his BKB. And there are times where he jumps in, Yule Scepters, BKBs, and pops his ult. And if you have buybacks afterwards, all of a sudden he's kind of sitting up with no defensive options. The only problem is that right now the only hero with buyback on Dire is Nyx Assassin and the Naga. But still do see.
At this point, I'm sure, Carl, you may be sweating somewhat. You're like, what if I had taken the presence effects buildings? But they're starting to push now. All sets are available for both teams. See if they can lead with the song.
They have Soul Crest right now on Paulison. Can throw that one around. Picked up a Basher. Gonna try and drain some of the mana here. Oh, Song of the Siren. This is a big one. They're walking in on top of it. Fred needs to hit the perfect combination. The Impale afterwards is gonna be done perfectly. It is. All of the damage out is in it. They can't stop it. They kill them all. The buyback comes from being run away. Now Raven in a ton of freaking trouble is gonna get after a second. Do they have enough to chase him? He just Chronos tries to run away, but in your he has the missile on him. Got the eyes from Raven. He's in trouble. He jumps to the side. Tries to jump through the missile, but it doesn't work. And Shadow Fiend to die back. Carl, you can't get caught here. You've got to run away. Put your spider legs on. It's time. Oh my God.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
How you can BKB in time to not get impaled?
Well,
Carl did it. The faces will understand because he had the Aegis, and he'll be able to respawn in afterward. But Shadowkin did not BKB, and I thought these beat it.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this game is hypothetically playable. Geek fam, makes dubious mistakes, and now all of a sudden, like, it was a 23,000 gold lead. Look at that drop off. The net worth graph hasn't even caught up yet. As far as all of this is concerned, you have got to be careful of your Geek fam. This game is throwable.
Yeah, and Shadowfiend is kind of, he's railroaded into this weird build where he can't really transition into being a right clicker. He's kind of all in for match damage. He's gonna get the cooldown reduction talent, and he's working. It's, I don't really, I'm not. Like it's totally okay. It's a totally winnable game for T1. Visage only has room to grow. Yeah, wow. What a beautiful that was though.
How do you just stand together as four heroes?
Yeah,
that's there.
Yeah, especially Tess. It's so greedy for Zephyr to not this game. That's like so ballsy. I get a glimpse.
All right, another round of Impale. The meteor hammer afterwards. It's happening. Neil, it's happening. It's all going downhill. Goku, we gotta get out of there. BKB from your two meters and the damage. Get the missile blade on Carl. Song of the Siren out. There's only 2 BKBs there. In your dream, they've got him caught again. Do they have any extra follow-up? Yoakum trying to move in a position. He's quite going to be there. You'll Scepter will do that afterwards. On the high ground. They got him caught. He's so much damage. He blows up. 2 minutes dead. No buyback. Now another round. The oldest need to get out of there. What have you done? Why have you forsaken us?
Oh boy. Wow. Oh boy. Right. Tusk. My God.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is now objectives taken. Nobody has buyback on Geek Fam that's dead.
It's honestly kind of my copy game. Although there is Chrono on Raven, but buyback is not available on the Shadow Fiend, and even if it did, he would be very useful because he has an Aghanim Scepter and he's missing a bunch of souls. He's just gonna go for tier 4.
he doesn't have a TP for another 4 seconds, so he can't get in time there that quickly. They're going for the tier 4s. They saw that the Shadow King bought back before, and he is now dead. They have Tusk back up and available. Faceless Void going in for this one, Ryan to take them down if at all possible. Darkseer is the first target, but can they find any more afterwards? Silence for the moment. It's Raven to a first. The hat will keep him alive. Trying to keep him alive. It's not going to happen. 90 seconds dead. Somehow, some way, tier 1, T1, they made it happen in the most amazing way possible. They're trying to end this one out. Kukul's back up again, actually. Have I called it too soon? I don't know. It's going to be so hard for him to hold this there. Meteor hammer down after the vacuum and the wall. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, DOTA. We gave him some shit, but they came to play. GEEK fam end. They lose the game 45-22 with an 11,000.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Live in a sec.
All right.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BTS Pro Series, where we are endangering by virtue of blood pressure rising. As that game was insane. Neil, holy Toledo, what do we even say? What are we getting into here for this game number 3?
Getting into Tier 1 Dota. I'm not even going to correct myself anymore, because that was a team fight execution performance, as was linked to us by Raging Igor on Twitter. What was, I thought, involving only coordination from 2 heroes, the Naga Siren and the Nyx Assassin. Turns out it actually required perfect coordination from 3 heroes, because the reason that SF could not BKB after the song, which is what I was very curious about, because normally after a song ends, you can always activate BKB, no matter what the sun is. Even if it's an ice path underneath you, BKB always takes tick priority.
Radiant team
Because vacuum counts as a disable, if you time the vacuum right at the end of the song and right into the impale, then there's no window in which you're not disabled as the Shadow Fiend or anyone who has a BKB. And so it requires the Naga song, and then they wait for it to end, so it doesn't require too much coordination from the Naga, but the Darkseer has to time the vacuum perfectly, and then the Nyx Assassin has to time the impale also perfectly. So amazing level of execution, and they deserve that victory 100%.
Absolutely. Let's head into the draft right now, because we have one right in front of us. The score second. Wanted to mention real quickly, in between those games, Miracle put out a tweet that said, I haven't felt that kind of win in a long time. Be sure to go and check him out on Twitter if you guys haven't yet. It's at Miracle, but with 5
seconds
6
remaining.
E's, some amount of E's at the end of it.
Young Galv.
Exactly.
Dire team ban.
So go check that out. So he's feeling good about it. There's still another game to play. So their heads have been able to be restructured, because that's one thing about it, right? In terms of these, when all the emotions are running high, sure, you can really easily say the game was thrown away, Geek Fam should have won that, no question. Fam messed up a lot, and they gave away a lot of
10
chances
seconds remaining.
one to make the comeback happen. You gotta remain mentally tough. Like, if you're a player
5
that's walking
seconds
down mid every
remaining.
time, you're not gonna win that game. You're not prepped for it. You gotta practice like you play. You gotta
That
be.
game wouldn't have happened in North America.
No, I mean, maybe it still would have. Who knows? But you know, it's relevant, and the tenacity that Sawdust played there from T, very high level. So impressive showing from them, and I'm gonna fix these overlays as you lead us through the graphs a little, rather the picks here. And
First phase bans from T1, Chen, Centaur, Batrider, Ricky.
10 seconds
Geek Fam
remaining.
first phase, the Naga Siren. Respect the other way around. As
5 seconds
actually, they had
remaining.
Respect banned their own Alchemist in game 2, but yeah, they're banning out Miracle's Naga Siren, ban out the Oracle, the Timbersaw, and the Coddle. T1 first pick a Mars, which is definitely stepping out of the box of what they've done earlier in this series. They may have been picking it previous days, but it's not a bad first phase. Again, my biggest issue with them in game 1 was them first phasing a important core, Miracle's hero specifically, with the Fancer. So they're saving it. Instead, go for a Phoenix afterwards,
Dire
and Geek
team
Fam pick up
pick.
a Tusk Disruptor Huck. Again, like, the Tusk just seems like pure comfort. I am not thrilled. I'll mention it again with the fact that Zephyr did not find it necessary to build a Blink Dagger, really the only way that they win, or the only way that they lose, is the way that they lost, which is it has to be a perfectly
10 seconds remaining.
executed team fight involving
pick.
3 different heroes with like tick perfect execution, and one quick blink snowball can immediately like correct a bunch of that. And so his Tusk has been fine, but his itemization has been a little bit suspect.
And I think that that's something in that last game. Shadow Fiend, great
10
when you're ahead. It
seconds
allows you to get
remaining.
further and further ahead. Ability that if
5
you give up
seconds
that
remaining.
have that backbone to put back on too. Sanjin Yasha or Satanic like AC or whatever, it was much more of the magic damage. As they got like jaw, they just had a glass chin and crumpled. Tough stuff. Damn. We'll see how this ends up going now. The Mars has definitely been a bit of a revelation in other Phoenix as well. They've been seeing a lot of those heroes get picked up. I'm going for something a bit more close.
Well, hopefully it's comfort for them as well. It is definitely popular in other regions. I'm surprised they go for the Lich though, because the most typical combination I've been seeing is the Dark Willow, because the Terrorize into the Mars Arena seems to be like the most consistent combination. Sure, Chain Frost also has potential, but if you only cash out one hero, say a Morphling, then you would much rather have a Fear or the Terrorize to combo up with the Arena, because Chain Frost isn't going to do a whole lot, and the Sinister Gaze is not nearly as effective as the Disable. So a little bit surprised that they go for the Lich, but again, I'm not going to question T1's teamfight execution. If they think that they know how to pull off a combo, then I'm more than willing to see it happen.
Totally.
Geek Fam also
Dire
are in their
team
comfort
back.
zone with the Tusk and then Raven Morphling. So this is going to be a good game 3 for sure.
Before we get into it too far, since we're already 8 picks in the draft, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors as well. Monster keeping us very energized through these late evenings. You're almost there, a little bit more over. Oh, perfect. Nicely done. You raise that bottom hand a little bit more. Oh, that's
10
good.
seconds remaining.
Holding up the greatness.
Hell yeah.
And then, of course, Loot.bet, our official
Radiant
sponsors
team
as well for
back.
the BTS Pro Series, official betting sponsors. As we are in now to the last round of bans. Is there any cheese left in the mother possibility here? Maybe you could. Already has the
Both teams seem pretty posted, I would say, at most. No,
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be a fair and square kind of game. Geek Fam
5 seconds remaining.
probably looking for their one position. I mean, sorry, their well, actually, no. There's some flexibility. You could do puck offlane. You could do puck offlane or mid. You could do Morphling. Probably only. Yeah, that's going to be the Raven here. So it's mainly you're either looking for your mid or your off. T1 don't know
I like
yet.
Cuckoo.
Radiant
I like
team
Cuckoo.
pick.
Yeah. And it looks like T1 agree as they
Dire team
ban out a
pick.
mid laner.
Alchemist.
Pick up an Alchemist. Ooh.
There's the cheese.
Okay. There's enough time to recover from this. I think Morphling is fine against Alchemist. I think Tusk is great. All 3 of the Geek Fam other heroes are really good at abusing an Alchemist, at least early on. Disruptor with Glimpse and Kinetic Field are both
10
very effective.
seconds
Tusk
remaining.
with Ice Shards and Snowball, and the Puck with high mobility.
5 seconds
and
remaining.
Coil. So I think you probably want to keep it as an offlane.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the issues that you talk is like sort of topping out on damage. Whatever that next hero is, whether it's offlane or whether it's mid, make sure they get some more. Just having more.
I think you go for maybe a Monkey King, because then you can, if T1 want to send Alk safe lane and send the Kunkka mid, I mean, Monkey King's going to be fine against either of them. It's 3 melee cores on T1.
Oh, it's banned. Never mind. Oh, that would have been
Yeah,
sick.
that would have been pretty good. Although there is a fair amount of magic damage on T1, but still, yeah, when you're against a bunch of melee strength heroes, it would have been fantastic. I prefer Monkey King over Ursa, which would be another alternative, just because Ursa is not as strong of a team fighter, and at T1 are looking for team fights, and Geek Fam don't really have the strongest team fight. They have potential with Dream Coil and the Static Storm, but they need more reliable setup. And so if you have a Wukong's command surrounding it, better. And then if they don't want to necessarily go for like a hard counter, and they still need a mid laner, I think Razor would be okay. Again,
Still a pretty good counter.
yeah, again, like your goal is to take advantage of the fact that they have 3 melee heroes and you have a Morphling.
If he goes for it, I think that it sort of, there's a lot of different things that a lot of different ways the Alchemist and avenue of like coming to an.
Yeah, for sure.
Granted, you want to be farming if you're playing that ability.
And something that's also an early BKB builder, because you want something that can walk through the arena if needed, and something that can start attacking the egg. The egg is the only thing that is kind of discouraging me from going for like a Monkey King or Razor, because they're not great at dealing with the egg.
Choose your hero.
There is Ember.
my
There is
good
Ember.
friend.
Okay, whatever. They're just crazy.
Seems like such a hard game against a Kanka and a bunch of disables like Sin's into Spear. Yeah, and no one kills the egg. This team is not great at killing the egg. It's gonna be all Morphling. And if he's like, I don't know, there's a lot of disable also. There's Torrent, there's the Unstable Concoction. Seems like a kind of difficult Ember game. They may just like the mid lane matchup. That's the only thing I can think of.
It is a Carl special too. They're super maneuverable heroes. Got a disruptor and a tusk who will backing people down. I think they just want to like win the kind of snow over and over and over.
Which kind of has been the way that they've been beating T1. Even last game, like, they won all 3 lanes. It was their teamfight execution that was ultimately their downfall. And so if Geek Fam are just going to avoid teamfights altogether by letting Raven get huge, he doesn't have like a Chronosphere like he did last game, so he doesn't even need to show up to teamfights. It's just a bunch of cores that can pick people off. Puck can pick people off, Morphling can pick people off, Ember Spirit can pick people off, Disruptor and Tusk just need to cooperate with one of any of the 3 heroes. So I guess their goal is just to avoid team fights altogether. It's just that I don't know if you can end the game quickly enough before an Alchemist comes online, because they also don't push very well. It's yet again all in the Morphling. Sorry?
Carry them?
No, I don't think so. I think that they need to play.
That's the one thing that I'm not sure about. Trust your judgment there.
Well, it's mainly just because a Morphling will be able to get pretty huge. The thing is that you're against like 3 really tanky cores. Kunkka, Mars, and Alchemist. And so even if you have great initiation, more often than not, I will go with the team that has the Morphling to outcarry, because I'm like, well, you'll immediately be able to take one of the cores out of the fight. But that's not going to be the case this game, because you're against 3 strength cores, and that's without even Rum being factored in, so... I don't think Paulson gets this.
Oh, the outplay! What's it? Dude, tip him. What are you doing, Cuckoo? Get in there.
I don't know if Paulson's gameplay. The Us has like one of the most obvious cast animations in all of Dota, aside from maybe like, I don't know, Split Earth from Will Shrike. So yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I'm trying to deny, rather to get pull off, but Zephyr denies it. Maybe? Range creep. So he's going up top there against 2. Not the greatest time in the world. Mid lane going a little bit more favored towards Carl. They're kind of those 2 lanes. Bottom is not particularly going well either for Forev. I guess they catch back up with this next creep. This has not been a great start here for T1, who lose Paulison yet again up top.
Team is way too good. Cuckoo knows Johnson gets attacked. Usually people will out attack team range, especially if you're ranged here, but jump so easy.
Not going to be able to get the pull back there. Dream still living. Not have a salve is going to have to walk on back home. That is a frustrating thing.
The first kill in this mid lane will be very, very nice. I can see why both players are like pushing it to the limit, but also making sure that they are not the one to feed relentlessly. So, in your dream, ends up getting the upper hand right now. The number has locked, but doing fine. And the Alchemist is not doing great. I think that's the most important for Geek Fam to make sure.
Back here, I don't think power before I can be able to. Flame Boot comes out. Back away again. Paulison, as has happened multiple times, this guy is in some trouble. Tag team lasts so long. Shards goes out, a couple more punches. Zephyr, Cuckoo, they want to punch him so badly. They do eventually get him. But it will also come at the cost of Zephyr going down.
It's the Phoenix though, Mars, and so Morphling, I mean, it's going to be a pretty free lane no matter what. Raven, yet again, it's going to be left alone to his own devices. Whitemon briefly thought about rotating mid. He scouted out a double damage rune for Carl, but it's kind of difficult to kill it. Especially double Bracer, yeah, and now yet again on the Alchemist.
Just, it's too easy. Like, you can't allow that type of thing to happen over and over again. And I guess that's just the problem with the draft right now. Carl hanging on to that slight miss. The Flame Guard try and push through the wave. While Donover tripped it off, and was able to. One.
Two. Which is an Alchemist team. We were always hoping to push the limit on one of them to go for 3 out of 4, but they're not doing well in this top lane at all. And tag team, like they're not even skilling up Snowball. They're just so they're going again. All the fire spirits are maybe getting a kill.
Looks like Cuckoo is going to be able to back away from there. Mid lane, they took down Carl.
Both.
That was just the level 6. They weren't able to get the outplay there. That's always an interesting mark, but he's just level 4 compared to level 6 on Kunkka. And now, poor Paulison yet again. Man is hurting. They aren't going to be able to get the kill since they are doing the full tri-lane up top.
Yeah, Tim don't really care about this. Like, killing the Alchemist and zoning him out is just a bonus. The main goal is just to make sure that Morphling is free. And if Phoenix is stuck up here the whole time, because Fire Spirits are critical to make sure that tag team doesn't kill people, then DFM are okay with this. It's going to snowball.
Guards goes out as well. The Fear pulls them back in. Going to be able to find themselves one kill. Whiteman also TP's in. He wants some also. What are you doing, my man? They got the little laser that gets thrown out on top of them. We'll be able to find the secondary pickup there. So another kill gladly taken by T1.
Alchemist has to go all TP all the way back to base though, and he only has 2 points in acid spray. So this is like normally at 7 minutes as an Alchemist, you're like, okay, I can transition into the jungle. Someone else can take over the lane. I don't really think that's the case right now, and I don't think he can take over mid. He's walking towards mid, but I think an Ember Spirit, once he hits level 6, which he's gonna get level 6 off this wave, could just solo an Alchemist.
Head into the jungle instead. Miracle Rise. Not have that soul ring yet. Zephyr runs into Yokum. Shards, pull him in, give him one more punch in the snowball. We got a snowball available here to turn it now on and fall small creeps. Are they really gonna drop the post for this? Okay. Farms up the camp and also gets the kill. Why not?
They keep nerfing the cooldown, and I keep wanting them to nerf it more because still, like, you're able to use Ghost Ship like that just casually, and no one really, it's not really that big of a deal.
Carl going in on Miracle right now. Going to be able to stop the pressure there eventually. But yeah,
At this point, now that you've seen the Alchemist kind of leave the lane, I think GEEK should just start pouring into the Radiant. Because any one hero can... Oh, Dream Coil onto the Kunkka. But he's so tanky with these double breakers.
not really seem to care that much, does he?
Yeah. Okay, good. So GEEK are kind of moving away. Because any one of the cores can just stay in their lane. Ember Spirit can stay in his lane. If Alchemist shows up, they can kill him. Puck can stay in the top lane. If Alchemist shows up, Puck can kill him. And Morphling is huge, and I don't think Alchemist is going to even dream of showing up at the bot lane. And so the rest of GEEK fam, the Disruptor and the Tusk just start scouting out what's going on in the jungle, which Zephyr is doing now, and he's going to start placing some wards to make sure that they keep a close eye on what Alchemist is.
Double ward here to make sure that they get the D ward at both of them taken out. Paulison has been the sacrificial lamb, dead again. He is 5 of their 7 kills right now. Pam do manage to find this little stack that's off the side. There were some other stacks over in the jungle. Sure, if the scout is out and take them later on.
Is under attack.
A big win for them if they could, as the DD Carl is going to run in here, find himself next, and should be able to get back to oh, combo comes.
I feel like a broken record.
That was a miserable time to go for that fight. Well, they haven't gotten all 4 yet.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, actually, Puck is TPing to the outpost. Actually, just try to turn this into a push in the bomb, but man, Raven is just cruising along. 5.5k now, with 1k ahead of the Kunkka, now going in onto this more Phoenix.
Gonna do that easy kill here. As you mentioned, there aren't many hitters, but if you're not getting Phoenix, it's really bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, there are some Alchemist games that we've watched where he has his Radiance at this point. And Alk right now is the 5th lowest net worth in the game. This is not a good Alk game. This has been, oh no, and he's gonna die again. Run away! Oh, jeez. Oh, that hurts. That one hurts a lot.
And level 6. Phoenix isn't level 6. They can't just take a team fight.
No, level 6. This could be a good one. Cuckoo trying to run away from up here. They're gonna get out with everybody, aren't they? Looks like Cuckoo. And it doesn't feel worth it for the out go down. For trying to run away.
And now that all those cool, I guess it has a relatively short cooldown, but Supernova's down, and I think that's the most important you want to keep on hand, because as soon as Raven starts showing up to fights with the Morphling, he has to focus the egg. And
top tower
have to worry about that,
attack.
then that means that you may be able to get the burst damage off before, Kunkka's Rum starts coming into the team fight and stuff like that, so this Phoenix is going to be very, very valuable moving forward.
Huge, like, get so much more farm, and like you mentioned, they have really good team fight, but all of these heroes are so maneuverable on Fam that it's like getting them actually under control is very hard to do.
Structures are fortified.
They're gonna glyph the wave to stop him from farming. Dude, what's your guys' problem? What the hell?
My man was just going to chemical rip and walk back, and now they've bought time for all to walk in.
Oh, fake. Looking for the fall. Oh, Carl. That's why it's one of his signature heroes. That was nifty. Well, the Torrent is nice. Static Storm laid down onto the Mars. Boat comes in afterwards, able to slap dodge it again. Carl is having a fabulous game. They steer him to the tower, but they don't care about that at all. Now Mars has overstepped his bounds and dropped down the arena. Managed to get the kill actually there. So they take down Cuckoo again. And at the same time, this is all more space for Miracle to farm. Like, they're running at him and causing trouble and making him annoyed. But they have been able to kill him the last couple of times here as Paulison runs in, trying to take down this big pink nose. They will eventually get that finished. Meanwhile, Mars dies in the end up top. There's just madness going on. It's been 27 kills in 13 minutes.
The F and K, that's what I wanted to know. That must have happened like 13 minutes ago or something like that. I'm a little surprised that Raven hasn't shown up to a single hit yet. I thought that tier 1 fight, Mars was getting really deep in enemy territory, and I'm pretty sure...
Is on board.
Oh,
They just need to
Radiant's
hold
bottom tower
if
has
possible,
fallen.
but Miracle just does not have any. This location right here has been killed so many freaking times. Like, look at Zephyr.
Yeah.
What a butthead. He just comes in and takes the creep, runs away. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
I can understand why. Like, this is the safest camp technically, because it's knee deep inside of your tier 2 towers. It's on the safest part of the jungle, but that's why Geek Fam are specifically targeting him right there. At least this time it's one bounty
Strange to
room,
say,
so better than last,
tower is
better than the
under
10-minute mark, but it's still not great for an Alchemist team to only be getting one bounty round.
They're prepped again. Zephyr is so ready to go. This man is always pushing it right to the edge, and if anybody walks over here, they're gonna kill him.
He popped the smoke, so Forev was trying to roam in and
Miracle. And not again. There's the Walrus Punch. The Glimpse pulls him back in. Come hang out with us. We want to say as Raven gets the kill onto Miracle, but Carl gives him the tip, lets him know how he feels about it. Oh, maybe a chance. Have they over? Get the dust. Not enough. T1
And not in a good
getting what they can get. But feeling like this Morphling is just getting out of control.
Is under attack.
it's not buying time for the Alchemist in the meanwhile. Oh, nice treat into the spear play on the mid lane. That was pretty slick by Forev.
Okay. Making it happen. Drop another tree. Cool. Yeah, back out of there afterwards. Sunray trying to keep Paulison alive. He's taking a lot of damage and is eventually going to die. Cuckoo shows up. Is going to be able to find the coil onto both of them. He's silenced for freaking ever. They do have this supernova deck, but they keep them just run away. Care at all. Not one bit.
Imps on Mars.
They pull back in another time, because why not? And Morphling, does he have the range to get in there with the Evil 8 wave? Farms forward, tries to get him with the Adaptive Strike. They will be able to get the vision. They can choke him. Snowball, why not? Zephyr living, as they don't have enough to keep up. So three dead yet again. Now, I do remember what happened last game.
Vaguely, yes.
You know, a strong team fight team falling really far behind early on have learned their lesson.
Mainly because there's no potential for like irresponsible builds. Like, because Carl, he's building the way that he should be, and he keeps refilling his Spirit Vessel charges. He's blowing it on, like, Lich, just to make sure that Sunray can't do very much. And so, he's building responsibly. Which isn't to say that I think that the Shadow Fiend build was irresponsible, but it can scale very well into the game. This Ember Spirit like is not railroaded into a certain type of build, which is what the Shadow Fiend was. The Shadow Fiend was just like a one old wonder in that last game, and so that was kind of a downfall. And then also there is a lot of wait. So what did Puck? What happened with Puck?
Miracle missed like 3 last hits in the bottom lane and tipped him because they saw it. He pinged him like multiple times in his inventory. Oh god, Cuckoo has no chill, dude. What the
I
hell?
love Southeast Asian players. They all
They're
know
pulling
each other.
creeps. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like consistent creeps into him to try and keep him there.
It's the
Well,
safest camp, but it's also the most dangerous one because they keep coming there.
dude. Oh no, not again. Please don't let it happen. Clip the wave one more time. Oh, snowball. God.
He warded this one section because they knew, but it wasn't enough.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're bullying him so hard here.
Yep.
I have never seen a hero get like the treatment harder than this.
They are
Saving
Radiant's middle
with the
tower is
Tiger
under
attack, so
attack.
this wave's gonna survive. They may start to push high ground even, because I mean they took the agent.
Radiant's middle tower has
I
fallen.
mean, again, like it's really easy to just look at oh, Miracle's this isn't on him. This is like the game plan from GEEK fam, and the fact that T1 don't have heroes that can save him. They have like defensive heroes on their team. And when your draft relies around just one person, like, not working. Really, really good play by GEEK fam to recognize the one draft, to exploit it to the best of their abilities. In the meantime, look at Phoenix, Yokum right here. This is the real MVP. Get your out that Phosphorus
Stone
Stone.
acquired. Hell yeah.
Give that to Hulk.
Yokum,
Taking it for yourself.
he game winner. He was the game winner on the Nyx Assassin. He will be the game winner again if T1 managed to get 6 supernovas. So I have faith in my boy, aggressively farming the enemy jungle.
Rune of invisibility.
Well, they've
Oh man,
almost.
is he gonna sneak? He's gonna sneak the outpost also. What a goddamn player!
Oh, that's
what
great.
a goddamn
That's amazing.
player!
They're so mad. So many pings. They're so angry.
Alright. Dive.
Like, shh.
He's not even
They're shaking with
what a
rage.
player!
It seems that Radiant's top tower
Oh, and
has fallen.
Fly.
Oh my god. I'm
Yokum.
okay with him dying at this point.
Did your job. Did his job.
Alright, so that was one bounty room. There you go. One bounty room secured to the Alchemist team.
Miracle. Don't let it happen here. Yeah, he's running away. They're making a play.
Winter.
So, Miracle is going to have his stop tipping. Miracle.
Oh, he's going for the relic.
He's gonna have it now.
Alright. No buyback right now. Oh wait, or does he have buyback? No, he does not
And
have buyback.
they know where he's at. Miracle trying to TP.
Oh,
Does manage to get the escape. Heads up play there. Yeah, well, I guess now Relic there, he's got some more space to himself. Alk hypothetically can start to catch up a little bit. He's gonna go straight BKB or something like that.
pretty much. It's gonna be the damage dealer in that.
God, he lived. He lived through the combo. Okay,
Okay.
they're making progress. What you need to do. I mean, and to be fair, it's like we saw what happen last game. You know, the tenacity of T1 to stick with it when it looks like the game should be over, and everybody would say the game should be over. Eerily similar last time, right? Like Farev is on a team fight-oriented hero. Yokum is on a big team-oriented hero. They've got some stuff. They've got both. They've got, you know, everything. Like there's a chance that you could overextend here for GEEK fam. It'd be really hard.
It's really hard.
Really hard.
Like last game, I was not.
Chase?
Survived the combo again.
No. They dropped the DG right there on his face.
And they're gonna shotgun now. They have Glyph though, and they have this frost shield also.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this dragon skill damage plus. Yeah, okay, that's a death.
There we go. Hey, actually think that this would be a bigger comeback than
This is
the last game
far
even.
last game, like, I found it reasonable. It's like it wasn't just a massive network disadvantage, but like it had a team fight capable of like literally 5v0ing people.
Yeah.
That's not the case. No matter how good the combo you get, you're at most making like 10 people, and then your team can't think of
It's you know, talk a lot about like the mental fortitude that's required from making a comeback happen when you lose really badly. I think it's actually sometimes harder to like win the next game after you win a really like big draining emotionally game,
especially off LAN. Like sometimes LAN you have a big crowd and stuff like that, but off LAN it's just like you and your boys, and you're like, yeah, man, we totally shouldn't have won that game. But
and then you sort of let your foot off the gas. You're like, we did it, we were able to do it. Like that's not the objective. The objective is the series. And the game is great and it feels amazing, that's wonderful, but like the mental fortitude, it's a different type of thing.
Yeah, I do think they are just the better scene. In all 3 games I've consistently seen Geek fans winning lanes like resoundingly, and it's not just based off of draft. It seems to be they're just mechanically superior to T1.
Right now they are chilling in base, but got the Radiance. A little bit later than we've seen in previous Alks, but you know, these things happen.
This is like my Radiance timing.
Actually, mine comes like, don't worry, we're gonna get there. Just you keep the positivity going in the pub.
Let me get.
You gotta do.
Let me finish it.
That's one of ours.
Drop it. Go to the spear, round 2. Well, he hit the tree. Jump in that find Phoenix dead at the start, stunned, muted, feeling had. That is too much damage. They actually jump in with the buyback, but they're gonna blow up the egg. No answer at all. Carl finds the kill onto Alk again, and GG is gonna be called. 24 minutes, 24,000 gold lead. Geek fan able to finish.
That Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It was a very simple picture of the game too, and highly deserved, and shows that at the minimum they have teamfight coordination. There's they're all friends. It's all friendly.